Hi everyone, this is Janelle Odishu from AnnounceMyMove.com. We power two social marketing solutions. One is AnnounceMyListing and the other is AnnounceMyNews. Today we're going to focus on a workshop on AnnounceMyListing, walking you through the tools so you know exactly how to get started and navigate through our program. When I talk about a listing announcement, this is really what I'm referring to. You'll be tempted to think of this like an e-flyer, or something similar to what you've maybe used in the past in your marketing on properties. But we really are much different than that. Announce My Listing is a way for you to market your new listings to help you find both buyer and seller leads and give you a way to reconnect with your past clients as well as get introduced to your seller's social network to help you build referrals. So when we talk about a listing announcement, this is what I'm referring to. Now, a listing announcement is really a web page. Okay, although there's an email component to our marketing tool, what we do is when you enter your listing into the MLS, the data comes over to us every 3 hours and it populates in the photos, the price, the address, your property remarks, and it's all framed with a banner with your contact information over the right-hand side. Now, this tool is designed for both you and your seller to share it with your social network and your email contacts. So what we do with the data feed is we generate two versions of this listing announcement. One for you, the agent, to share with your contacts, and one for your seller to share with theirs. The difference between the two is simply the ability to write a personal message on the page before it gets sent out. So this one happens to be for Susie's seller, for her to let her contacts know that she's listed her house with you, and to please pass this along to people that they know. So there's 3 ways to share this announcement. The first being using the share button in the upper right-hand corner. Both you and your seller can share this announcement on sites like Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Google+. It's going to log them into their account. It's going to pull the first image, the banner, and the first little part of the personal message. You and your seller can share it on your timeline. You can share it on a friend's timeline, in a group, on your business page, or even in a private message. You can set your privacy settings on there as well. And it works the same way for all of your social medias. Now, the second way that you can share this announcement is through email. We provide both you and your seller with an HTML email version of this announcement. It will arrive in your email inbox, or the version for your seller will arrive in their email inbox, and you'll simply forward it out to your contacts using your own contact management system, whatever that may be. You do not upload email addresses onto our site for us to blast it out for you. So we work a little differently than maybe other tools you're used to. The third way this listing announcement can be shared is through an embed code. We give you, the agent, an embed code in 3 different image sizes where you can embed this announcement on sites like Craigslist, your blog site, your website, or maybe you have a contact management system like Constant Contact or MailChimp. If you happen to be in California, regional MLS, we know that they offer a program called RDesk, which is a contact management system, and our embed code is compatible with that as well. So this being a web page, it does do a lot more than just distribute text. You can embed maps. You can embed your YouTube video or videos in general. You can add in hyperlinks. You can embed your flyer on the page. I teach a Beyond the Basic workshop, which you'll see recorded here as well, not on this webinar, but on another one. And you're welcome to hop onto Beyond the Basics when you're ready to learn more about how to make a more content and media-rich announcement. Okay? This is a really basic tool. It's easy to navigate through, and the data feed coming over to us from the MLS makes this super easy because it's always syncing with your MLS. Wherever your announcement has been shared, it will dynamically refresh and always match your MLS information. So you don't have to worry about content being outdated when you've shared it through either your social networks, email, or embedded it on your blog, website, or Craigslist. So let me make sure that you understand how that works. When you or your seller, let's say your seller emails out this announcement out to their friends. Let's say you've had a price change, or you've got some new photos, or you've gone in and modified the property remarks at any point. We will dynamically sync the image that's embedded in the email that your seller sent out to their friends, whether your seller's friends have opened the announcement or not, the image in the body of the email will dynamically refresh and always match the MLS data. That is one distinct difference from us versus a typical e-flyer that maybe you've created in the past, okay? Now, let me show you how to get started. To get started with AnnounceMyListing, you need to log into your MLS system. Whether you're in California Regional MLS and you're using Matrix, or you're in Netris using either Tempo or Fusion, or even Miami using ML Exchange, or whichever MLS system you're using. Log into your MLS, and you need to find the link to AnnounceMyListing. And it does vary from one MLS to the next. Let me give you an example. For those of you in California Regional MLS, you're going to use Matrix. And in Matrix, you log in to Matrix, and you'll see a link that says Links. And you'll be a drop-down menu. We're down towards the bottom. You'll see a link to AnnounceMyListing. If you're in Triad MLS using Tempo, it's over on the My Sidebar menu on the left. You'll scroll down to where it says Smart Links, and you'll see a link to AnnounceMyListing. We're going to use Stratus with MLS LI, MLS Long Island, as my example today. This will look identical to any MLS system when you come over to your AnnounceMyListing landing page from that MLS link. And if you do have questions on exactly how to find the link on your MLS, there's a Contact Us button here. Let me just put my contact information up on the screen, okay? So you would come over here to just give us a call or give us an email over to help@AnnounceMyMove.com. Or you can call us at 888-823-0919, extension 2. And we'll be happy to help you find exactly how to locate the link on your MLS. Once you come over to AnnounceMyListing, your landing page is going to look just like this. Now you're going to see not only do we have this webinar, but we've got a little video on each page of our tool that will walk you through it as well, okay? Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is right below where your welcome message is, there's an Edit My Information button. We will have some of your information, but not all of it. So what we need you to do is upload your picture, your logo, make sure that we have the correct website for you, your preferred email address. We've also got a section for you to add in your social medias, your Facebook, your LinkedIn, Twitter, Google+, YouTube channel, or blog page. Find the URL for your account and add it in here. Now let me just digress for just a moment. For example, if you were to come over to Facebook and come over to either your personal profile or your business page, I happen to be showing my personal profile, you will come up to the URL at the very top where it says www.facebook.com/JanillaDishu. If it's on your business page, it would be www.facebook.com/ the name of your business page. That's the URL that we're looking for. We will add in the appropriate extension. You don't need to do that. Just simply take it from the www.facebook.com forward, okay? And then again, we'll add in the extension. That's exactly what you do for each of your social medias. Go to your account, go to your profile page, and then take whatever's at the top, okay? Now we have integrated with 2 additional companies. They're not our company, but they're other companies that have asked us to integrate with them and we've had great success with. One of them is My Housing Trends e-newsletter. This is a free e-newsletter service that takes local, regional, and national housing statistics each month, puts it into a format for consumers with your brand on it and in the form of a newsletter, and you can use it in your marketing. If it's something that you have already, then go ahead and add in the URL that they give you here, and we'll add in on your listing announcement an image where people can connect over to your Housing Trends e-newsletter. If you haven't signed up for it yet, click on What Is This and check it out. It might be something worth looking into. And by the way, it's free. Reach Factor is another company that we've integrated with. There's a free version and a paid version. If you want more information, just click on What Is This. Basically, Reach Factor is a company that helps you create post-transaction surveys that you can send out to your buyers and sellers. They then fill out the survey, rate you, recommend you, and then they accumulate all those agent ratings and recommendations into one location that you can use as a profile page in your marketing. Again, there's a paid version, a free version. Click on what is this to learn more, add in your URL for reach factor, and we will include that icon on your banner where people can connect with you. See that right there? All right. So we're basically setting up that banner on the right-hand side. Now, as you scroll down, you'll see how you want your contact information displayed. Put in your display name, how you want your information displayed there, your company information, your phone numbers. Now, one thing I'll mention that is different for each MLS, some of our MLSs, like for example, California Regional MLS, they are requiring that the company, the office, broker, name, address, and office phone number be on every single listing announcement. It is in an uneditable state. It's grayed out, okay? So you can't edit it. It's coming over in the data feed. So check it, make sure it's accurate so your broker has it set up correctly in their MLS. But you do have 2 additional phone fields that you can add in, your cell, your fax, your mobile, whatever it is. Here's a little trick. If you have a preferred phone number, because a lot of agents don't prefer that their office broker number be on our announcements. We fully understand that. So here's a little workaround for you. If you have a preferred phone number, here's how you bold it on your announcement. So if we look at the announcement, you'll see that the cell phone number is in bold, indicating that that's your preferred contact number. You just simply add in either the word cell, mobile, direct, whatever it is, and then add in these symbols right before, whoops, I just changed that, right before and right after the word that you want bolded, and do the same thing for the phone number. Now that's a less than sign, a little b, and then a greater than sign. And then at the very end, it's the exact same thing, but with a / before the little b. Now if you take your eyes and put them on your keyboard, you'll see the letter M. Directly to the right of the letter M is the less than sign, and then the greater than sign, and below your question mark is your /. Okay? Now this is where you can add in an optional tagline or slogan. So if you do have a tagline that you use in your marketing, it's going to appear directly below the image that you have chosen to be your top image, whether it's your picture or your logo, whichever it may be. And then here's a section for an optional disclosure. Now, for example, I know that the folks out in California, they like to put their California DRE license number here. Whatever your state or company requires on your marketing pieces in terms of a disclosure, this is where you're going to add it. Now, the disclosure on the listing announcement is going to appear at the very bottom, directly above where it says Powered by AnnounceMyListing. It'll be centered right there at the bottom. And then last but not least is you can choose your association logos. So if you've earned your CRS, your ABR, your ePro, CDPE, SFR, whatever those are, just use the radial button to select which one applies to you. If you haven't earned any designations yet, you may want to add in your Equal Housing Opportunity logo and the MLS Realtor Combo logo. When you click on Update My Information, now we've generated that banner on the right-hand side of all of your announcements. You only have to do this once, and then just keep it up to date. Okay? All right, let's go back into that home page. So once you've completed the Edit My Information section, a couple things, other things I'll point out on this page. On the left-hand side are support links. This is the link to come over to our training webinars where you can have all those now recorded for you and you can watch them at your convenience like you're doing with this one. There's also a support and tips link that that are specific to your MLS. You'll see all of your listing announcements located right here. We've already created that client version for you, the agent version, and there's an edit button, which we're gonna go through this wizard here in just a second, and then there's a delete button. Now, if you happen to click on the delete, don't worry, it's not gone completely. You can simply contact us, tell us which MLS ID number and address that you accidentally deleted, and we will retrieve it from the archive and put it right back in your account. We're only displaying listings here that are in active status or backup. Anything in any other status will no longer be located here on your page. Okay, so only anything in active status or backup. Now I'm going to go into my completed announcements as I've already worked on one that I want to walk you guys through. So come in here when you see your listing announcement there, just go ahead and edit it. although 90% of the work is done for you with the data feed, you may want the banner to say something other than just listed. You maybe want to choose your own color template and modify some of the data that's come over to us. First thing you'll notice on this wizard, it's just a little questionnaire that as you click next, it's going to walk you through each section of the questionnaire, and there is a little video on each page as well to help you. These videos, unlike this webinar, are like 30 seconds to maybe 2 minutes at the most, okay? Now, all we've done on this announcement here on this page is we've nicknamed it based on the street address. You can leave it as is or you can change it, it's up to you. Whatever you decide, just click on next, and every step of the way we are saving your work along the way. So now you've got some template options. You can choose between just listed, for sale, for rent, for lease, open house, new price, or a custom banner, up to 30 characters, whatever you'd like it to say. Now you should be thinking to yourself right about now, oh, I can use this in multiple times during the transaction. When I first take the listing, when I have an open house number 1, open house number 2, maybe you have a price reduction, or maybe you're doing a broker open, or maybe you want to do a neighborhood sneak peek announcement, something like that. I even had someone the other day ask if we could do like a wine and cheese open house. Sure, use your custom banner up to 30 characters. Now, as you scroll down, you'll see some variety of different color templates to choose from. Just pick which one you think you'd like using the radial button, and then click on Next to save it. Over here on the left-hand side, follow my mouse on the left-hand side, you'll see there's a preview client version and a preview agent version. So you can come over here and preview it and see what this color template looks like. Okay? And you can go back if you'd like to change it. Just simply go back into template options, either there or the back button, and you can make the change, save it again, and preview it. See if you like that template a little bit better. Now, looking at the announcement, this next section deals with the price and title lines. You see that? We will display the price unless you tell us you want it hidden. Now, remember, the data feed's coming over to us every 3 hours, so it's always going to be displaying accurately. This is where you add in the optional title lines, up to 25 characters each, if you'd like to write something below where the price is displayed. Now, virtual tour is going to come over with the data feed. This particular property just didn't have a virtual tour. So if there was a virtual tour here, you would see an additional little icon here, which would look like a little video camera, indicating that there's a virtual tour. And when they mouse over it, it would say, instead of map address, the next one would say, view my virtual tour. This next section is the property comments. Now, the property comments come over exactly as they've been entered into the MLS. Here's your chance to use our text editor to format and display the text however you'd like it to appear. Now, we know with your MLS, there's a limited number of characters. There's no limitation here. This announcement will extend down and down and down. It's a web page. So if you've capitalized every letter, if you've made abbreviations, whatever you've done there in the property remarks on your MLS, these are the public remarks, you're going to see them here. Use the text editor to format it so it looks real nice on the page. Now, this text editor is very similar to a word processor, something you'd see on a Word document, okay? So you can bold, you can italicize, you can choose the font you like. Make sure it's nice and easy to read on the page. Our announcements look fantastic on mobile devices, but you want it to be easy to read, so take that into consideration when you're choosing the font, style, and size. Now, this text editor does do more than format text. There's a source button because it's an HTML text editor. Now, I'm going to pause here for a moment. Some of you are a little more tech savvy than others. We know that. This text editor was designed for those of you with no tech experience, just to format the text the way you'd like it to appear. However, those of you who are a little more tech savvy, you can come over to the recorded webinar on Beyond the Basics, and I'll show you how we embedded that map, videos, flyers, and links on the page. If you don't want to do that, you're welcome also to check out the video right here on how to embed your YouTube video or map. Okay? The next section is the client letter. The little video here on this page is going to tell you We wrote a letter for you to get you started. We wrote a letter that says, hi everyone, we're moving. If you know anyone who may be interested in buying our home, please have them contact my agent. Now you'll see that I modified this to say Bill or Tricia, the agents for this property. Feel free to pass this announcement on to anyone you think may be interested. Please see the property comments below and the pictures for more details. Thanks for your help. And then I added in the seller's signature line. The other thing I did is I bolded everything. I italicized it. I really happen to like the Georgia font, and I made it nice and easy to read on the page. If this does not sound like something your seller would say to their friends, please change it. We want this to be authentic and personal. We want your seller to really genuinely reach out to their friends, asking them to pass this along to people they know. This is how your announcement will go viral through your seller's social network. Not only are you generating buyer leads, but you're getting introduced to every one of your seller's contacts along the way. What a fantastic way to build referrals. So make sure you format this and say what you think your seller would say. And then you can allow your seller to either edit the letter or you can lock it so they can't. Now, it's really up to you. I'm going to tell you that about 90% of the agents using AnnounceMyListing, and there's lots of you guys around the country using it, the majority of you guys lock the text, not allowing your seller to edit it. And you're probably already thinking about some of the reasons why that's the case. But you know your seller best. If you want to allow them to edit the letter, you're welcome to do that. Every step of the way, I do encourage you to come over here and preview each version to see how it's looking. Now we're going to get ready to send this to your seller. I want you to put your seller's email address right here. We are not going to show or share your seller's email address with anyone. There's a couple different spots: husband's email address, wife's email address, business, personal, if they have more than one. Now for those of you who are using Outlook, you're going to simply click Next. We're going to open up your Outlook on your email system. We've created a letter for you that will populate into your email, and you're going to send that letter off to your seller. That letter can be modified. It's up to you. You can say whatever you'd like in there. We just do that to help you get started and save time. Now, those of you who use webmail, like a web-based system like Gmail or Yahoo or AOL, something like that, Earthlink, this is for you. Just simply click here. There's that same letter we wrote for you. This is what we think sounds good. Again, modify it if you'd like. You simply take your mouse, copy it, go into your Gmail or whatever account you have and paste it, add in your greeting, add in your signature line. So you can change any part of this email that goes to your seller. My suggestion though, the only thing you don't want to change is you don't want to change this link. This link is specific to this seller and this property. Here's what your seller sees. When they get that letter from you, they click on the link. It takes them over to a Create Announcement wizard that's just for them. We give them instructions that their agent, you, has created a personalized online announcement for them to share with their friends and family. It's fun, easy to do. They can preview the announcement you created for them. We let them know that their privacy is important to us. We are not collecting your seller's email addresses and then sharing them with you or anyone else. In fact, we don't have access to your seller's email addresses at all. They're going to use their own email system to share this with their contacts. It's personal and private. They don't have to worry about any privacy issues with us. Now, your email address is going to be located right here if they have any questions or need help. Now, in this scenario, if you recall, we locked the text so your seller couldn't edit the message. If we'd allowed them to edit the message, there would be one step here that would open up that text editor and allow them to edit the personal message on the page. But we locked it in this scenario. Now, all your seller can do is come over here, preview the announcement that we've created for them, or you've created for them, see what it is you created. They can come up here and use the share button, share it on any of their social medias. And just as a reminder, we're pulling that personal message, not that absolutely stunning home on Carl's River. It's the, hey, everybody, we're moving. It's personal, it's private, it's authentic. And again, they control where they want to share it, and they control their privacy settings. They do the same thing on any of their other social medias. Now, the second way that your seller can share this announcement is through email. We want to verify their email address here, and then they can see the HTML image. This is just a smaller image. It's reduced in size. It's going to be much larger in their email. So they can see that as soon as they click Save and Continue, we're going to email this announcement to their email inbox. They then simply forward it to whoever they want to send it to, just like they would a joke or chain email. Now, two things have happened in the background. One, we have sent you an email letting you know that your seller has accessed the homeowner interface. When they get to this screen and they've emailed that announcement to themselves for distribution, we're going to send you a follow-up email letting you know that they did that, so you know that it's getting distributed. The next portion of AnnounceMyListing's wizard here is the agent version. The little video here on this page is simply going to tell you that we don't write a letter for you, but we would give you some suggestions if you do want to write a personal message. If you want to write a personal message, you do that right here. Otherwise, if you click Next and you preview the agent version, you'll see that we're only displaying those property remarks. There is no personal message on the page. It's really up to you if you'd like to write one or not. Now remember, there's 3 ways to share this announcement. The first one is share it on your social media sites. Let me just demonstrate Facebook for 1 second. For those of you who have a business page, you can put it onto your business page. If you have more than one that you manage, make sure you select which one it is. You can write a little message here if you'd like, okay? Now in this case, it is pulling the property remarks because we didn't add in a personal message. It works the same way for your other social medias. Now, that's the first way. Preview it and use the share button. We will not be posting automatically to Facebook for you. You need to use the share button for it to get there. The second way that you can use AnnounceMyListing to distribute your version is that embed code. For those of you using Craigslist, let's start there first. We give you 3 different embed codes and 3 different image sizes. The 1,000 pixels is the size of the actual announcement that you've been seeing on my screen. The second one is 500 pixels, half the size of the announcement. And then there's a thumbnail size, which is great for your blog or website. But let's say you're using Craigslist. Let's do the 500 pixels. You're going to simply take this embed code, go into Craigslist, and when you go to post your listing, when you get to the section that says description, simply paste this code and the image of the announcement will appear. That image will dynamically refresh as changes occur on the MLS, so it's always displaying the accurate information. Same thing with your blog, your website, or any contact management system that will allow you to use an embed code like Constant Contact, MailChimp, Rdesk, for those of you who are in California, regional MLS. Now, the third way to distribute your announcement is via email. We've generated that HTML email for you, and as soon as you click Next, we're going to send it to your email inbox. You're going to then forward it using whatever email system you use. You're not going to upload email addresses onto our site and have us blast it out for you. Things like that get blocked, or they get in spam filters, or they get blocked through the not recognizing our server. Okay, so we want you to use whatever contact management system has worked best for you. Now, a couple little things typical questions we get right about now is how long does it take to get to me? Your email, the email should arrive in your email inbox in 5 minutes or less, usually much less. But you'll want to make sure that you add email at AnnounceMyMove.com to your address book or safe sender list to make sure it gets in your email inbox correctly. If it gets into a junk or bulk folder, just simply identify it as not spam or not junk, and it'll arrive in your email inbox correctly the next time. Another common problem that we have is, let's say, for example, you have a firewall like a Norton antivirus or some other firewall program. It could be that it's blocking the email getting to you. You may need to turn that off or program it correctly to recognize us as a safe sender. The other common issue that we have is maybe you're an agent that's using an email address from your company. Let's say you're with, let's say Janelle at century21superstars.com. Okay, you may need to contact us, have us send you a little email that you can forward off to your tech guy, so he adds our IP address to his safe sender list on his server so that the email gets to you correctly. That's another common thing. But if you have a typical Gmail or Yahoo account or something like that, you shouldn't have any problems getting our emails into your inbox. Once you get that resolved, the next time will be a piece of cake. Okay? Let's come back over to that landing page. Now remember, any listings that are in active status or backup status will display the announcement. If the property is no longer in active or backup status, we're no longer going to display the announcement as you saw it before. It's going to simply say, the status of this property's changed. Please contact the agent for more information, and we'll display your contact information. So again, anything in active or backup status will display the full announcement, and then after that, we will no longer display the announcement as you see it. Another common question that I get right about now in my live webinars is that what if I work in it as a team? If you work as a team, just like Bill and Tricia Taylor, husband and wife, work as a team, then whoever enters the listing into the MLS consistently, then you're going to log into their account, and under the Edit My Information, just brand everything on that right-hand side like we did Bill and Tricia Taylor as a team. Team photo, team logo, team website, team email address, okay, team Facebook page, for example. And then maybe this is, one person's cell phone number, here's a second person's cell phone number, okay? The other common question that we get is, what happens if I'm a co-listing agent? If you're a co-listing agent, whoever entered the listing into the MLS, they're going to see that listing on their Announce My Listing homepage. The co-listing agent will not. If you're the primary listing agent, simply use the Contact Us button, email help@AnnounceMyMove.com. See, it's right here, help@AnnounceMyMove, not Announce My Listing, AnnounceMyMove.com. Send us the property address and MLS number, who is the co-listing agent, their name and ID number, and which MLS you're with. We'll be happy to move that listing from the co-listing agent, primary listing agent, into the co-listing agent, okay? Be happy to move it into your account so you can market it. Now, and a couple other questions I get has to do with reports. Now, although you're going to see an accumulative hit counter right here for all of your announcement, how many times they've been viewed, we do have more robust reporting. You're going to find the more robust reporting for Announce My Listing actually in Announce My News. Now, this brings me into a little transition here. Announce My News is perfect for your just sold announcements, your moving announcements for your buyer and seller. This announcement can be anything other than a just listed, and that's how you use Announce My News. So just sold, it's a great time to buy. You can feature the top listings in your area. Maybe it's a Happy Father's Day announcement, or another holiday announcement of some sort, or a recipe of the month, or a newsletter, or a market report. That's what you're going to use Announce My News for. In Announce My News, there is a section that says reports, a link to reports. You will see the reports for Announce My Listing located there. Each listing, each announcement, we're tracking how many times it's being viewed, whether it's being viewed on the web, in email, or through that embed code, and then the total. We're tracking how people are connecting with you. Is someone visiting your website, your website, or sending you an email from the announcement, or connecting with you on any of your social medias? We're tracking that for each individual announcement. We're also tracking how folks are using the share button. So let's say email is your preferred method of communication. Let's pretend that. You send this out to all your contacts, but someone in your email list wants to share it on their social media site. So if they use our share this button, we're going to track where your announcement has been shared. So you can really see how viral your announcement's gone from both your version as well as your seller's version. And that's really all there is to Announce My Listing. This is, in some MLSs, it's a free member benefit. In other MLSs around the country, you purchase credits to use Announce My Listing, and it varies from one MLS to the next. But overall, it's a very affordable, if not free, social marketing tool to market your listings to not only your contacts, but also your seller's social network, and help you build a referral-based business. Thanks so much for taking the time to learn about Announce My Listing. If you have any follow-up questions or need a little extra help, come up here and just write this down. You can contact our help desk at help@AnnounceMyMove.com, and there's the phone number where you can reach out to us. Thanks so much for your time. I'm really looking forward to helping you get the most out of this tool. Bye-bye, everyone.